Hi there, welcome to the Gardens and Graveyard channel. My name is Charisma and today we're meeting in the garden in the greenhouse, and we're going to do a little cleanup in the greenhouse, and then we're going to bring our perennials in that I want to overwinter that we took out of containers around the garden a couple of days ago. We're gonna bring them inside for winter protection. So as a reminder, I garden on the Oregon coast in a zone 9A, and we are a very temperate climate, but we get a lot of rain. So I experience some plants rotting through the winter time. So if I have perennials that are like tender perennials, they usually don't make it through the winter. And there's just a few that I would like to see if I can get them through one more season. It's fall, which means lots of wind. So, yeah, I just want to get the greenhouse cleaned out of any of the peppers and tomatoes that we had growing in there. Really great success with those crops this year, and some learning curves. Will be more successful next year. But today I just want to get everything cleaned out so that we can put the tender perennials inside, which means getting rid of the plants that won't be fruiting anymore, and it means like blowing out the floor is messy and making sure there's no cobwebs and stuff like that, so it's nice and clean so we could bring in the other plants. Well, that's what we're gonna do today. So in the greenhouse we have a tomato plant that was an indeterminate tomato, and it got really leggy. It struggled in the beginning, and now next year I'll know to like keep it a little bit more stocky. I'll probably choose a different variety, something that's more appropriate for the greenhouse. But I was just super happy to have, ripe tomatoes. This one's almost ripe. I think I can get that to ripen on the countertop. And then that's going to be it for this. Oh, look at this. There's 2 green ones. Ooh, those are bigger than any of the ones that I've had so far. Maybe I'll just... I don't know. It's so hard to choose when to do this. Well, maybe we'll leave the tomato. The amaranth is definitely done. It's gone to seed. I've showed this several times in the summer. This like arrangement that I did in here, which was super fun, with feverfew and amaranth in this pot with a bird cage. Super fun, but they're done now, so I could get rid of those. And then I've got this Lysianthus. It's still trying to grow. It's got buds now, so we'll see. The peppers really are done. There's like this one that's all mush because it got cold, and this one does have a couple of flowers, but it's getting so cold at night. I just don't think. Maybe we'll leave this one because it looks the best, but we'll pull these 2 out. And this amaranth is also done for the season. It's super cute, but you can see the flower or the leaves have turned, and like, do we need all these plants in here? And then this flowering maple just lives in this greenhouse, and I do need to prune it at some point, but I need to learn a little bit more about it to make it like branch and be stronger and a little bit thicker. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm not going to do a whole lot with that. Mostly what I want to do is just clean out, like the floor is just kind of, messy. So we're going to just do a little bit of cleaning up, and then make some space on the bench there for these plants that we pulled out of containers. So I have 3 different verbenas, 2 bacopas, a trailing fuchsia, a coleus, and what else is in here? The Dusty Miller, an ice plant, a geranium, and a begonia. So these are all tender perennials in my garden. They may or may not overwinter, and I just want to see how they do in the greenhouse and see if I can have them in the garden next year. This one, the Dusty Miller, I'm gonna take cuttings off of in a couple of weeks, so we'll do that together in another video. The rest of them are just gonna be overwintering for a few months. All right, let's just go ahead and get started. All right, so we've got all of the perennials back into the greenhouse. I ended up just cutting back my tomato so that maybe these guys will ripen up a little bit, and we shall see. I've never grown tomatoes in a greenhouse before, so you know, maybe I get tomatoes late in the season. As long as I keep the door closed and doesn't get cold and they don't turn, you know, get bitter and gross. But I've got a little collection of the verbenas that I saved and the bacopa. So these are snowstorm, bacopa, and this is, I think this is the fuchsia verbena. These are all proven winter plants, and then this is the Dusty Miller. And then we've got a coleus up here. I put it in a little, it's in its nursery container, but it's like in a little decorative pot, so it just looks a little bit nicer. I didn't have the heart to get rid of this amaranth yet. It's just so cute with that fall color. So I'm gonna leave it there. We've got a little begonia. I moved the trailing fuchsia in here, put it on this plant stand along with some basil, and I added this ice plant and a geranium down there. Of course, the flowering maple gets to stay. We've got the pink cashmere verbena in a pot back here. It will get cut back for right now. It's just like really pretty, so just leave it there. I cut back the amaranth and the feverfew, but this feverfew looks so fantastic. I think I'm gonna just let it grow and see if it'll overwinter in here like that. Left the lisianthus, see if it will bloom. So I just have a little collection of plants going over here. And then over on this side, I've got another verbena pink cashmere. And then this pepper plant, we'll see if it does any pepper fruiting in the greenhouse. So that is it for today. Like I said, I want to do some divisions on the Dusty Miller. So I'll get a flat and we'll put that over here. I do want to, some of this floor space will end up being these perennials because I'm going to need this bench for seeds in a couple of months, but we won't be growing nearly as many seeds this year. So yeah, that's lesson learned. I don't have that much space for seeds. Well, I have plenty of space for seeds. I just don't have space in the garden to plant the seeds once they become plants. So, and next year I'm keeping it even more simple than I did this year, which is going to be really fun. Big impact and simple planting. So, yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I did pull, dust it, or I took a little vacuum thing and like got rid of cobwebs and blew out the bottom the floor of the greenhouse. It's all nice and clean. I do need to clean the outside of the greenhouse with a little scrub and soap, which I'll probably do in the next, over the next month or so, just to make sure that there's no algae actively growing on the roof, which would prevent the sun from getting in there and letting the plants grow. So the other, aspect that I am taking into consideration as I put plants in the greenhouse is I want it to look beautiful. It's not just purely about production, because I'm not a nursery. I don't sell anything, and I want it to look really beautiful. I want to look out there and think of and dream of the garden and the romance and the beauty of gardening, not just just about production. So so as I'm putting plants in there, leaving space and giving plants room to grow, I'm also trying to place them in a way that looks really pretty. So anyway, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're celebrating your life, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.